and connected home. Coming to you again today from Landfall, where we're going to give you a sneak peek at a custom home theater we just finished installing for a client. Now this one is a little bit different from many of the ones we do, mainly because not only were we able to build this for our client, but we were able to use his input as well as our design software to be able to completely customize this room to give our client their dream home theater. So let's start with what you can see. Directly behind me, we do have a 100-inch screen that's going to give you that nice large picture for whenever you're watching your movies or maybe your favorite sports games, or if you like to game, you're more than welcome to game in this room too with a huge screen and some crazy surround sound brought to you by Atmos enabled speakers. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But now let's go over a couple of the things that you can't see. So over here, we actually have in the adjoining closet, we have our AV rack that has our control system in it, our alarm controller, as well as our amplifiers to run the speakers, and our cable box, as well as Roku player, Blu-ray player, and Apple TV. Now we didn't actually put any gaming in this room because, if you'll notice right down here at the bottom, these little LED lights, to make sure we protect that AV rack but give the customer options for some of their entertainment, we put two HDMI inputs down here on that little controller, and actually is a controller to be able to enable either one of those. That way it protects the AV closet, but still, one of your kids' friends brings over an Xbox or a PlayStation, now you still have option to plug that in and get this huge picture whenever you're playing some games. So let's go over a few more things that you can't see. Because we were able to build this room from the ground up, behind the sheetrock we actually installed some additional insulation as well as a rubberized sound barrier. That's going to try to trap that sound in this room to make sure you get completely lost in your experience, but without letting the sound penetrate into other parts of the house. So if you have multiple people over in multiple different rooms, you don't want the sound conflicting with each other. So we tried to keep it as insulated as possible. Now another thing you're not going to be able to see are the first three speakers in the Atmos enabled system. To make sure we had a nice clean look up front here and all the attention was focused on the screen itself, your front left and your front right speakers are behind the screen, as well as your center channel for your vocals and one of the bass speakers. The Atmos system is a 7.2.4, so we have one bass in the front as well as one bass in the back. But once again, in a few minutes, we'll go over that Atmos system in a little bit more detail. Another thing you're not going to be able to see is our custom home theater seating. This is brought to you by Salamander Designs. This is a very comfortable set that actually is automatically reclining. So all you have to do is press a button. It's going to drop you right back so you can find your individual optimal viewing angle. That way you have the best experience possible. And the last thing you're not going to be able to see in this room is actually the Sony 4K projector. The Sony 4K projector is actually giving us all of our video for this room back here. And even though this room is fully lit with 6 sconces as well as 6 cans up at the top, you can still see a beautiful picture. So just imagine this room being a lot more dim. Okay, now we're in the back of the theater room, and I wanted to take the time to explain to you a little bit more in depth, give you an up-close personal look at the difference between a normal 7.1 surround sound and an Atmos enabled 7.2.4 surround sound. So let's start with that 7. As you can see over here, we do have one of our rear speakers. We have one over on the left and right. There's also 3 of these in the front, a front left, a front right, and your center channel for the vocals, as well as one on either side of the theater room, giving us that 7 speaker combo for the full surround sound on the linear plane. Now, the point 2 is going to be your bass. Over here we do have 2 10-inch Sunfire subs in this cabinet, and there is another cabinet behind the screen as well that has 2 additional Sunfire 10-inch subs. This is a total of 4 subs in this room that's going to give you some earthquaking sounds. So if you're a NASCAR fan and you're watching the race, or you're a fan of action movies and want to hear those deep explosions, not only are you going to be able to hear this bass, but you're also going to be able to feel it in this room. One of the reasons why I had to adjust the light fixture when we were testing, it actually tilted the light fixture down. It was shaking so hard. Now, the point 4 are going to be our Atmos enabled speakers. So let's look here above the rear. This up top is actually one of the Atmos enabled speakers. Now, it is designed to project the sound up. There's a little three-way speaker right in here behind this ledge, and then you notice the curved back of the frame. What this is going to do is it's going to project the sound up, follow the curve of that frame, follow the curve of the ceiling, and then come back down in the middle of the room. So not only are you getting a 7-speaker surround sound on the linear plane, but you're also getting 4 speakers that are providing sound from above. This is going to give you some of the most realistic surround sound available on the market today, and that is the difference between the 7.1 and the 7.2.4 Atmos enabled system that we're using in this theater. If you'd like some more information or to get a quick demo, maybe see a couple other projects we've worked on, check us out at connectedhomenc.com or give us a call, 910-317-0876. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.